Hello, survivors. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Qigong with Kevin, and a great shout out to Aortic Hope for all they do. Thank you, Josh and Karen, and everybody else. We're going to move some Qi today. Also, a big shout out to my Qigong instructor, Marissa with Yochi. So, thank you, Marissa, for all you've taught me and all that Qigong has done for my health. I'm just uh, excited to share the benefits of Qigong. Make sure you talk to your doctor about whether or not you, as a aortic dissection survivor, can do any kind of exercise. Qigong is gentle. We're going to do some protection movements today. It's February and it's cold in some parts of the United States and the world. And so we're battling and watching out for flu and pneumonia. We do some protection flows and also work with our hands again a little bit. And I want to show you a couple of very cool energizing acupressure points. We use them in acupuncture, but you can also use them in acupressure. So find a comfortable spot. We're going to start off with a few warm-ups. Today we'll do seated Qigong because I know a lot of you that are recovering from surgery are probably in your recliners today. And let's move some Qi. Feet should be shoulder width apart, knees shoulder width apart, and your feet firmly planted, rooted on the floor, connecting yourself to the ground. We're going to relax our body and open our joints. We'll start by wiggling our toes a little bit, wiggle those ankles, move up to your knees, kind of move your knees back and forth, wiggle your hips, move up to your shoulders, up through your spine, down your elbows, into your fingers. Loosen all of the joints, any stagnation or stasis that we have in there, we are going to move away and just open our joints for good Qi flow and good blood circulation. Keeping our Qi energy flowing through our body and our blood flowing through our body is so important. Move up to our neck, do a few finger spirals, change direction of the finger spirals, turn your neck gently back and forth, put a smile on your face, and sink our breath. Survivors, we've talked about this down into our lower abdomen, the lower dantian. On the inhale, our belly expands. On the exhale, our belly contracts. Again, on the inhale, our belly expands. On the exhale, our belly contracts. Deep breath this time, survivors. On the inhale, our belly expands. Slowly exhale, breathe out of your mouth. Belly contracts back towards the spine. Last time. We are going to move with intent today, survivors, not force. So never push it past, again, 70% is my number of pressure and for exertion. Don't push it too hard. We don't want to pull a muscle or strain ourselves. So we're going to move with intent and not force any of these movements. So let's start off with prayer hands. Last week we did prayer hands. Pericardium 8, right in the middle of our palm. You can find pericardium 8, Lao Gong, by dropping your middle finger into your palm. A very important gate point. We're going to bring palms together, pericardium 8, touching pericardium 8. Palms together. Drop our hands down level with our elbows. Feel that stretching in our upper arms. Good. Hold here for a moment. Take a couple of deep belly breaths. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts. Relax. Think about how wonderful this week is going to be. Feel our shoulders pull forward as we press palm against palm, putting pressure, palm against palm. Feel the pressure building in our hands and our shoulders. Smile on our face. Slowly pull our palms apart, opening our shoulders, stretching back, palms facing forward, shoulders up and back, elbows back. Good stretch, 70%. Slowly come back to center. On the exhale, palm against palm, press, engage on the exhale. Inhale, open up. Fill your lungs and as your diaphragm drops down with fresh air. Feel that stretching in the shoulders. Palms together on the exhale. Palms level with your elbows, creating a line that is parallel to the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale. Lao gong touching lao gong, pressing together. Inhale, open. Feel those deltoids stretch. Exhale. Palms back together. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the palms back together. This is such a good exercise while you are sitting in your recliner or on the floor. I highly recommend sitting on the floor if you can. We've talked about that many times before, the benefits of sitting on the floor. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, open. As we open, we're stretching that anterior deltoid and loosening all of the inner rotator cuff muscles. Exhale, bring our palms back together. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, palms back together. Last time, survivors. Inhale, open. Oh, give it a good stretch. Deep inhale. Oh, it feels so good. Exhale. Palms together. Come back to center. Hands on the knees. I truly believe that moving the shoulders and the hands up above our shoulders, up above our head even, is so very important for us as survivors. We have a tendency, not only us survivors, but most people in the world, just to let our arms hang, especially as we age or if we are recovering from any type of trauma surgery. So moving those shoulders, getting our hands up above our shoulder level is so very important to keeping the chi and the blood flowing through our body. One of the very worst things that can happen to us as survivors if we don't move our shoulders is to have a frozen shoulder develop or having our joints lock up. And the best way to avoid that is to always move them. And prayer hands are just such a great exercise. Feels so good to do throughout the week. I would encourage you to do prayer hands every day. Okay, if you can, let's do a little bit of twisting When we're standing, I call this knocking on the door of life, because the door of life, or the gate of vitality, is the Mingmen point on our spine, lower spine. But if you can turn and let your hands knock over the lower spine in the back, if not, just turn side to side, loosening up the spine. So good to keep that spine mobile also. Put a smile on your face. Let's move our hands around to the back and place them on our kidneys and give our kidneys a really good massage. Just rub both kidneys. I have 1.5 kidneys, as I've had half of my left kidney taken out. So good massage for the kidneys. Let's tell our kidneys how much we appreciate them and how much we love them. I love you, kidneys. Thank you for all the filtering work you do 24/7. Thank you for keeping my body clean and detoxified. Thank you for all the fluids that you remove from my body and helping me maintain my electrolyte balance. Thank you, kidneys, for all you do. Our organs love to be told how much we appreciate them. We're sending good energy into our kidneys. The kidneys are part of the lower dantian, the lower jiao, the lower abdomen area. And this is commonly referred to in Western medicine as our core area. And our core area is so very important. So giving our kidneys a good massage on a regular basis helps us to focus our awareness on our core area. All right, it is February. I know Groundhog says that there's going to be more winter. So along with winter is the flu season, because we're all indoors. Here in Sarasota, Florida, it is hot outside. Beautiful day, a little bit cloudy, but I've had to open the windows, turn the heat off. It was cold there last week for a few days, but now it's nice and warm. So I do get air circulation, but if you're in a place where it's cold, you might be cooped up with other people, and then you go into stores and other people are sneezing. So we want to do a little bit of a protection flow today to protect ourselves against pneumonia and the flu and anything else, any other kind of what we call in traditional Chinese medicine, an exterior pathogen attacking our body. So we're going to do a little protection cross flow. But before we do, and I've learned this from my Yochi instructor, Marissa, before we do, I want to talk about 2 acupuncture points on our arm that are involved in this protection cross flow. And that is triple warmer 5, which triple warmer is a yang channel, and it runs down the outside of the arm. The yang channels generally run down the outside or the edges of the arm. Well, to find triple warmer 5, we're going to take 3 fingers and put our ring finger on our wrist crease. So right where our pointer finger lands, right in the middle between the ulnar and radius bone, that's triple warmer 5. And triple warmer 5 is a very important point because it connects to an extraordinary meridian we call the Yang Wei Mai. And the Yang Wei Mai is a very important meridian because it interacts with all of our yang meridians. Now, if you take a laser and point that laser directly through your arm, the laser will come out right in the center of the inside of your arm, which is the yin side of your arm, on pericardium 6 point. And generally, to find pericardium 6, you can do the 3-finger trick from the wrist crease. Put your thumb right there, and that is triple warmer 5 and pericardium 6. Pericardium 6, just like triple warmer 5 on the outside, pericardium 6, is an important point because it interacts with the yin wei my meridians. So we have two very important meridians, two very important points, and they're both going to cross when we do our protection cross, connecting the meridian circuit in our body. And the wei my meridians are very important because they help us develop our immunity, our wei qi, strengthen our wei qi. So let's start by crossing our wrists right at triple warmer 5 and pericardium 6, and holding this over our heart and feeling the energy flow from our right arm to our left arm in a big circular loop. We can change arms and feel that energy just flow from right to left in a big circle. Focus on that good chi flow. Now, we'll raise our arms up to the level of our face, drop them down, cross over, bring it back up. This protection cross flow is a very meditative flow. I love doing it standing up or sitting down. Opening our fingers now. Crossing our arms. Saying, I am blessed. I am protected. I am blessed. And I am protected. I am blessed. I am protected. Inhale up. Exhale down. Palms facing out. Inhale up. Exhale down. This is a marvelous flow for many reasons. If you are ever faced with a shocking sudden challenge, doing the protective cross flow puts a barrier, almost like a force field, in between you and your challenge. It works really well when I'm hit with a surprise exam at school. I'm not ready for this exam. Put the protection cross up, and that worry, that anxiety that I've developed goes away. Palms facing our face. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring your palms back to your knees. Okay, survivors, that's a great flow to practice if you feel like you're getting a sore throat, which I woke up this morning and felt like I had a little bit of congestion. So I worked with the protection cross, and again, you're moving your arms, your shoulders, you're getting that blood flow, you're opening up the fascia and the chi flow in your shoulders and down to your arms, and you're keeping stagnation and stasis from settling into your upper body. So the protection flow is a great flow to keep in your back pocket as a tool to protect yourself against sudden anxiety or worry, and also to protect yourself, to tell yourself that you are going to be healthy and you are going to avoid as best as you can catching the flu or pneumonia this season. Now, before we move into our Badawan Jin, which I want to do briefly, I want to talk about warming our lower dantian, warming our lower jiao, our core area. And one way to do it is through, I like to use ginger, make ginger tea every day, but I also like to add a little bit of cinnamon to my ginger tea. Cinnamon is very warming, and cinnamon has traditionally been an oft used Chinese herb for centuries, for millennia. So we have two types in Chinese medicine. This is pelletized cinnamon. It's ro gui and gui zhi. Now, both of these come from the Cinnamomum cassia plant, and ro gui is from the base of the plant. I'm going to show you an example in just a moment, and it's very thick and a lot darker, whereas gui zhi is from the branches, and they both have different uses. So if you do go on the internet and ever buy cinnamon, if it's ro gui, that's the strong Cinnamomum cassia, and gui zhi is the more lighter, generally used for exterior type of release of pathogens. But two types of cinnamon twigs. This is Ceylon cinnamon, and it's from Sri Lanka. And the way you can tell Ceylon is it looks like papyrus that is rolled up, just sheets of papyrus. So Ceylon cinnamon is a lighter color than Cinnamomum cassia, which is a different plant that comes from China. Now, Cinnamomum cassia is also a hollow twig, but unlike the Ceylon cinnamon, it doesn't have the layers and layers. It's just one thick layer. The bark is. Some reason I'm telling you this is an important difference for us survivors, especially survivors like me who have a artificial aortic valve. My mechanical valve requires me to take warfarin and have to be careful with Chinese cinnamon, Cinnamomum cassia, because it contains magnitudes more coumarins than the Ceylon cinnamon. Now, I honestly prefer the Chinese cinnamon because it's stronger than the Ceylon cinnamon, but to be safe, if you're just starting out adding cinnamon to your ginger tea or in your food, then the Ceylon cinnamon might not affect your INR quite as significantly as the Cinnamomum cassia, the Chinese cinnamon. So, in a nutshell, those are my words about cinnamon. Now, what cinnamon does is it will bring heat to the lower abdomen. And if we're ever feeling cold, if we feel like things are just not moving, they're in a knot, they are stagnant, and they're very cold, and we feel like we need to warm our belly up, the ginger is going to do it, but the cinnamon's going to give it that extra kick. And so ginger tea and cinnamon are a very important part of my Qigong diet. And I would highly recommend that you talk to your doctor about integrating ginger and cinnamon as a tea. All you have to do is chop up the ginger, put it in the water. You know how this works. And then add a Cinnamomum cassia or Ceylon cinnamon stick to the tea, bring it to a boil, let it simmer. And then it's a wonderful tea to sip on throughout the day, especially if you're in cold weather and you're fighting a little bit of coldness in your body. Then a good way to warm up your lower jiao, your lower dantian, is through ginger tea and cinnamon. This has been a long tradition in Qigong diet. So now let's move on to Badawan Jin. We've done Badawan Jin, the 8 silk brocades, many times before. Feet firmly on the floor, knees shoulder width apart, back straight. We're going to interlock our fingers and rotate our palms and press up, holding up the heavens, keeping our back straight. Pull our hands back up over our head so that we're not leaning forward, but we're more back and opening our elbows up. Open our elbows up, pull back. Again, 70%. Keep that in mind. Don't stretch too far because you don't want to get stuck in this position. Bring our palms back down. Inhale, rotate the palms, lift up, press against the heavens. Exhale, engage, rotate our palms, press down against the earth. Rotate our palms, press up against the heavens. Exhale, bring our palms back down. Last time, sage holds up the heavens. This time we're going to press hard, press up and press hard, engage our core, stretch. Pull our palms back down. The next move is called separating heavens and earth. And we will take our right palm, press down, rotate our left palm, press up. I love this transition where we bring our uplifting hand on the inside, rotate, press up, left arm, press down. Press up, press down. You can have your palms pointing in or pointing outward, pointing medially or laterally, depending on which direction feels easiest for you sitting in your recliner. Press. This moves the chi from side to side, unsticking any unilateral stagnation that might have set into our body. Okay, come back to center. Hands on our knees. Pull the bow, shoot the arrow is the next move. Cross our arms. Left arm goes out, hold the bow. Right arm pulls the string with the arrow back. Aim, open your elbows, your shoulders, look at the bird of prey, release the arrow. Rotate to the other side. Deep breath, inhale, stretch out the bow, keep your left elbow up, pull the bowstring back, let the arrow fly. This is a fun flow, survivors. Last time. Good stretch. Okay, palms back on our knees. Let's do Wise Owl Looks Back. Another one of my favorite because I can twist my neck. Palms facing up, turn them down. Drop your hands by your side. Lift your fingers up, stretching those tendons in your arm. Opening the pericardium channel. Fingers pointing forward, shoulders back. Smile on your face, drop your breath down into your lower dantian. Slowly turn to the right, fingers point outward, palms facing down. Look back over your right shoulder. Start moving with your waist, your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, your cervical spine, and your eyes lastly. Inhale. Bring your fingers back forward, come back to center. Turn to the other side. On the exhale, fingers pointing outward. Turn to the back. Look over your shoulder. Eyes looking back. Wise Owl looks back. Inhale, come back to center. Great stretching exercise here, survivors. Again, inhale. Lumbar, thoracic, cervical, eyes. Exhale, come back to center. Palms on your knees. Dragon dives deep. We're going to make sure we don't fall out of our chair. Bend forward to the right, head over the right knee. Come back to the center, up to the left. Slowly, so we don't get vertigo. Look up to the ceiling on the left side. Drop back down on the inhale. Come back up. Look up towards the ceiling on the right side. Again, drop back down. I can hear my mechanical valves so loud when I swoop down. Grateful for that click, 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 even though it can be so annoying sometimes. Last time. Come back to the center and then slowly raise our head up. Palms up, back on top of our kidneys, and give our kidneys a good massage. Again, say thank you, kidneys. Run our hands down the outside of our legs, giving ourselves a massage along the yang channels, the outside channels, down around the toes, up around the inside of our legs, the yin channels, back to our kidneys. Just giving ourselves a good leg massage down the outside, around the toes, up the inside. One more time, survivors. Down around the outside of our legs, toes, up the inside, and make it gentle fist. Pull our fists in, palms facing up by our side, opening our shoulders. Punching with focused eyes is what this move is called. On the exhale, right arm punches slowly out. Focus on your knuckles. Inhale, slowly withdraw your wrists back to your side. Exhale, other arm goes out. Clenching your fists on the exhale as you engage, stretching those tendons. Inhale, rotate your wrist up, pull your wrists back towards your side. Exhale, punch, squeeze, engage. Inhale, rotate the wrist back to your side. Exhale, punch, squeeze, and engage. Inhale, back to your side. Last time, survivors. Keeping our back straight. This is a very yangish motion, but we're still activating a lot of yin channels too. Exhale, breathe out, squeeze tight, relax, wrist up, back to your side, palms on your knees. The last movement of Badawanjin is activating kidney one, which kidney one is right here on the sole of your foot. Bubbling springs is what kidney one, the name of kidney one can be translated to. So we're going to bounce our feet on the floor. Legs up and down, bounce our feet. Bubbling springs, smile on our face. A little bit faster, alternate sides. Lift our foot up if we can and just massage kidney one. Give ourselves a good kidney one foot massage. Other leg. Feels so good. I really like to be needle on kidney 1 in clinic. I know it sounds vicious, but it feels really good. Activates so much good energy flow in our body. Okay, so the point that I want to show you today is stomach 36. Stomach 36 is in China called Zhu San Li, and that translates to 3-leg mile. And the story behind stomach 36, the point is on your leg. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Is that throughout history, Chinese warriors have traditionally worn rocks on strings and across tied to their waistband. And when they were hiking long hikes or long treks, they would be tired. The rocks would swing on the string hanging from their waistband and hit at a certain point on their leg, stomach 36. Now, to find stomach 36, what you can do is take 3 fingers and place your hand right underneath the bottom of your kneecap, patella, and right roll to the outside, the lateral edge of the tibia. Your finger should drop into a hole right there. Another way to find it is run your finger along the lateral outside edge of your shin bone, your tibia, and as you come up your leg, your finger will roll outward just a little bit and fall into a hole. This area is called stomach 36 or Zhu San Li, and rubbing stomach 36 really does help tonify a whole lot of your body's energy. It's called 3-leg mile because when the Chinese warriors would stop and rest after the rock hanging from the strings from their waistband would hit this spot, then they could walk 3 more miles. And stomach 36, this point, this acupressure or acupuncture point, has been studied by Western medicine and really does correlate to a lot of the muscular nerve flow, energy flow through the leg. And by massaging stomach 36, you can really energize yourself, give yourself a good boost. I love to do moxa on stomach 36 or just rub stomach 36 for a good energy boost. Great to massage yourself, or even better to massage your partner. Stomach 36, both legs, you're looking at the outside of your shin bone, tibia. Just come up until your finger drops off into a hole. Both legs up, find your shin bone, move your finger to the lateral side, come up the shin bone, falls right into that hole, stomach 36. And generally, it's about 3 fingers down below the kneecap, the patella. So, survivors, there's your tip of the day. If you need extra boost of energy, a kick, and you don't want to go for that cup of coffee, which I love my coffee so much, but sometimes the caffeine is just a bit much. So stomach 36 makes a great alternative to increasing energy in your body without having the side effects of the caffeine. That's it for the day, survivors. Thank you so much for dropping in. Thank you again to Aortic Hope, Josh and Karen, and everybody at Aortic Hope for all they do for survivors. I hope your week is fantastic, and I hope the groundhog was wrong. I hope we don't have 6 more weeks of winter. I'm ready for spring and summer. So, as always, survivors, may you be blessed and filled with chi.